Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy JT, and today I'm here to tell you about how you can bounce back from taking losses in the stock market. Now, I've already got plenty of videos about different strategies that will help you make a lot of money in the market, and all that stuff is super important, but you also need the flip side, because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as a trader that's 100%. Everybody takes losses sometimes. It's part of the game. But the difference between a profitable trader and a losing trader is that profitable traders know how to bounce back from their losses and keep their losses small, versus a losing trader, they're going to let one small loss turn into a big loss, which will eventually turn into a chain of big losses all the way until they end up blowing their account. So I'm going to break down for you how you can keep your losses small, how you can bounce back from those small losses and stay on your path to profitability. So the first thing that you need to do when you take a loss in the stock market, before you think about getting into any other trade, you actually need to sit back, take a deep breath, and let your emotions reset. Now that's super important, and I know it might not sound that way, but trust me, as human beings, your first instinct after taking that loss is going to be to jump right back in another trade to try to make all that money back from the loss plus more on the next trade. And that's what's called revenge trading. And revenge trading is how people end up turning those small losses into big losses and blowing their accounts. So don't think about taking another trade. Don't want to jump in anything else. You need to wait until your emotions are fully reset, because you don't want to be moving through the market as an emotional trader. So the second thing, once your emotions are reset, now it's time to self-analyze. A lot of people skip this step. They just take a loss and say, oh, well, let me move on to the next. And if you do that, then that means that loss is always only going to be a loss. So what you want to do is turn that loss into a lesson, so you can analyze your thought process from start to finish on that trade and figure out exactly what went wrong, and not only what went wrong, but most importantly, how you can avoid making those same mistakes in the future. So it could have been a few things that went wrong. Maybe you didn't actually spend enough time doing your proper analysis before getting into that trade. Maybe you sized too heavy and put too much money than you can afford into that trade. Maybe you didn't have your stop loss set up the way that you should have. The point is, at some point during that trade, there was something that went wrong. So you need to self-analyze and identify what it is that went wrong and understand how you can avoid making that same mistake in the future. And when you self-analyze, don't just take a mental note. You should be having a trade journal so you can actually document these things, write down what went wrong, and not only what went wrong on the losing trades, document everything, winning trades, losing trades, but here we're talking about bouncing back from losses. So on your losing trades, document what went wrong, and most importantly, how you can avoid making that same mistake in the future on future trades. So the third and final step to bouncing back from a loss as a trader, you've chilled out for a second, you let your emotions reset, you've documented what went wrong, you know how you can avoid making that same mistake again in the future. Now it's time to actually move on from the past. Now, holding on to that loss from the past is not going to help you on your next trade. And again, this goes both ways. Whether your last trade was a win or a loss, that doesn't help you on your next trade. So when you take a loss, you need to finally be able to fully accept what happened and fully move on. Now you're ready to actually start making your next trades, and you've already documented it in your trade journal, so you can check back on that for future reference, again, outside of market hours. But again, on your next trade, you don't want to be thinking about the past, because that's not going to help you. So those are my 3 steps to bouncing back from losses as a trader and staying on that path to profitability. And now the last thing I want to leave y'all with is that keep in mind there's 5 different ways that a trade can turn out for you, but only 4 of those ways should ever happen. So the 5 different ways are either you're going to end in a big win, or a small win, or a break even, or a small loss. Now those are the 4 ways that your trade should end. The 5th way is going to be a big loss. You would never want to be taking big losses on trades. Those are the ones that are harder to bounce back from. So keep your risk management on point, keep your stop losses on point, keep your position sizing on point, your analysis on point, because you don't ever want to be taking a big loss. But even if you do take a big loss, you follow those steps, you will still be able to bounce back and again get back on your journey to profitability. That's the most important thing. Stay profitable. So the last thing I'll leave y'all with before wrapping this video up is I do still have a 7-day free trial for both of my services currently. So Impact Investments is my trading community for beginners. We have classes, we have resources, we have live trading every day. Again, that's Impact Investments. The link is going to be in the description. Now for my more intermediate or experienced traders that are already comfortable getting in and out of trades on your own, you can use my tool Capital Flow to make that easy for you. So that's my trading software. It's going to show you what hedge funds, institutions, and multi-millionaire traders are buying in real time so that you can make the same moves in the market as the wealthiest and most successful traders out there. So again, both of those links will be in the description, and as of right now, at the time of this video, they both do still currently have a 7-day free trial so that you can just check them out for free and see if they work for you. So again, this has been JT. I hope this has been helpful for you. Stay profitable, my friends. Peace.